Hello, everyone. My name is Taylr Bahr, and I am the President and Chief Executive Officer of Generation Connection Inc. And today I'm here with my mom to tell you about the history of Mother's Day. So, thank you so much for coming today, Mom. And
Yes, thank you for having me, Taylor. I am Taylor's mother. I live here in Burlington, Kansas. I'm actually blessed to be his mother. So,
well, thank you, Mom. That's very sweet of you. Um, Mother's Day has a really interesting history, and I'm really excited to dive into it today with my mom. So, Mother's Day is a holiday honoring motherhood that is observed in different forms throughout the world. In the United States, Mother's Day 2021 will occur on Sunday, May 9th. The American incarnation of Mother's Day was created by Anna Jarvis in 1908 and became an official U.S. holiday in 1914. Jarvis would interestingly later denounce the holiday's commercialization and spent the later part trying to remove it from the calendar. While dates and celebrations vary, Mother's Day traditionally involves presenting moms with flowers, cards, and other gifts.
okay, so I'm going to talk about the history of Mother's Day. Celebrations of mothers and motherhood can be traced back to the ancient Greeks and Romans, who held festivals in honor of mother goddesses Rhea and Cybele, but the clearest modern precedent for Mother's Day is the early Christian festival known as Mothering Sunday. Once a major tradition in the United Kingdom and parts of Europe, this celebration fell on the fourth Sunday in Lent and was originally seen as a time when the faithful would return to their mother church, the main church in the vicinity of their home, for a special service. Over time, the Mothering Sunday holiday, and children would present their mothers with flowers and other tokens of appreciation. This custom eventually faded in popularity before merging with the Americans' Mother's Day in the 1930s and 1940s.
So, did you know, fun fact, that more phone calls are made on Mother's Day than any other day of the year? These holiday chats with mom often cause phone traffic to spike by as much as 37%. And now I'll talk about Anne Reeves Jarvis and Julia Ward Howe. The origins of Mother's Day, as celebrated in the United States, date back to the 19th century. In the years before the Civil War, Anne Reeves Jarvis of West Virginia helped start Mother's Day work clubs to teach local women how to properly care for their children. These clubs later became a unifying force in a region of the country still divided over the Civil War. In 1868, Jarvis organized Mother's Friendship Day, at which mothers gathered with former Union and Confederate soldiers to promote reconciliation. Another precursor to the Mother's Day came from the abolitionist and suffragette Juliette Ward Howe in 1870. Howe wrote the Mother's Day Proclamation, a call to action that asked mothers to unite in promoting world peace. In 1873, Howe campaigned for a Mother's Peace Day to be celebrated every June 2nd. Other early Mother's Day pioneers include Juliette Calhoun Blakely, a temperance activist who inspired a local Mother's Day in Albion, Michigan in the 1870s. The duo of Mary Towles Sassine and Frank Herring, meanwhile, both worked to organize a Mother's Day in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Some have even called Herring the father of Mother's Day.
Okay, Anna Jarvis. The official Mother's Day holiday arose in the 1900s as a result of the efforts of Anna Jarvis, daughter of Anne Reeves Jarvis. Following her mother's 1905 death, Anna Jarvis conceived of Mother's Day as always a way of honoring the sacrifices mothers made for their children. Again, gaining financial backing from the Philadelphia department store owner named John Wanamaker, in May 1908, she organized the first official Mother's Day celebration at the Methodist Church in Grafton, West Virginia. That same day also saw thousands of people attend a Mother's Day event at one of the Wanamaker's retail stores in Philadelphia. Following the success of her first Mother's Day, Jarvis, who remained unmarried and childless her whole life, resolved to see her holiday added to the national calendar. Arguing that American holidays were biased toward male achievements, she started a massive letter writing a campaign to the newspaper and prominent politicians urging the adoption of a special day honoring motherhood. By 1912, many states, towns, and churches had adopted Mother's Day as an annual holiday, and Jarvis had established the Mother's Day International Association to help promote her cause. Her persistence paid off in 1914 when the President, Woodrow Wilson, signed a measure officially establishing the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day.
Jarvis decries commercialized Mother's Day. Anna Jarvis had originally conceived of Mother's Day as a day of personal celebration between mothers and families. Her version of the day involved wearing a white incarnation as a badge and visiting one's mother or attending church services. But once Mother's Day became a national holiday, it was not long before florists, card companies, and other merchants capitalized on its popularity. While Jarvis had initially worked with the floral industry to help raise Mother's Day's profile, by 1920, she had become disgusted with how the holiday had become commercialized. She outwardly denounced the transformation and urged people to stop buying Mother's Day flowers, cards, and candies. Jarvis eventually resorted to an open campaign against Mother's Day profiteers, speaking out against confectioners, florists, and even charities. She also launched countless lawsuits against groups that had used the name Mother's Day, eventually spending most of her personal wealth in legal fees. By the time of her death in 1948, Jarvis had disowned the holiday altogether, and even actively lobbied the government to see it removed from the American calendar.
Mother's Day around the world. While versions of Mother's Day are celebrated worldwide, traditions vary depending on the country. In Thailand, for example, Mother's Day is always celebrated in August on the birthday of the current queen, Surulkit. Another alternate observance of Mother's Day can be found in Ethiopia, where families gather each fall to sing songs and eat a large feast as part of the Antrost, a multi-day celebration honoring motherhood. In the United States, Mother's Day continues to be celebrated by presenting mothers and other women of gifts and flowers, and it has become one of the biggest holidays for consumer spending. Families also celebrate by giving mothers a day off from activities like cooking or other household chores. At times, Mother's Day has also been a date for launching political or feminist causes. In 1968, Coretta Scott King, wife of Martin Luther King Jr., used Mother's Day to host a march in support of underprivileged women and children. In the 1970s, women's groups also used the holidays as a time to highlight the need for equal rights and access to childcare.
Well, that's it for the history of Mother's Day, and we hope that you found the video interesting. Make sure to like and subscribe to Generation Connection's YouTube channel, and check out our website along with other social media and digital platforms. And I want you to go tell your mother Happy Mother's Day. And thank
Happy
you for
Mother's
coming.
Day to
Happy
all the
Mother's
Mother's Day out there.
Yeah, Happy Mother's Day.